It's another fine day here in the QC, Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm so glad to see it as always. And as always, I hope everyone is doing well and are out and about enjoying this day and able to get in some exercise, getting that fresh air and sunshine in your system. I did have a thought I want to share today. Sent out into your sphere of influence. And I do have a text I'm going to read over. And it's coming out of John 17 and 17 through 20. It's John 17, 17 through 20. Sanctify them through your truth. Your word is truth. As you have sent me into the world, even so have I sent them into the world. And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth. Neither pray I for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through the word. And that reminds me of the text. We overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. I will put that other script in the recording, which is going through now. Okay. In a prior recording, I spoke about a post I read from a friend on Facebook which stated, all of our lives were scripted. I do believe that to be true. However, to the point of there being a plan A and a plan B for all of our lives. I believe that plan A is the one written and orchestrated by the Most High Elohim, Yahuwah, the Creator, for His benefit and purposes. I believe plan B is also orchestrated, but by each individual and a fallen angel named Lucifer, who also thought he had a grander plan for himself and Yahuwah's creation. Satan had higher inspirations than his authority could carry him. He wanted the Most High's crown and throne, saying in Isaiah 14, 13 through 15, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of El. I will sit also upon the mount of the assembly in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like El Elyon. However, the text goes on to speak of the fate of anyone who tries to be their own God. And it says, yet you shall be brought down to Sheol, hell, to the sides of the pit. And I thought it was so funny how Lucifer said that he would sit also upon the mount of the assembly in the sides of the north. But the script says that he shall be brought down to Sheol, to hell, to the sides of the pit. That was a great answer, wasn't it? The script also says in 2 Corinthians 4 and 4 that the El, the God of this world, Satan, has blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious Basur of Mashiach, who is the image of Elohim, should shine unto them. And like I said, that was 2 Corinthians 4 and 4. And that is the CEPHER version. And I like the CEPHER version because it goes back and gives you the correct names of the Most High, which was taken out the King James Version in translation. But it gives you the names of Yahuwah, the Most High Elohim, God, and Yahusha, His Son, Jesus Christ. And what is this glorious light of the Basura, or understanding of the gospel? It is that men don't have to settle for the okie doke no more, the plan B. Men don't have to settle for the okie doke no more, the plan B. The script says the devil has blinded the minds of all who refuse to believe. I say refuse because in order not to see a glorious light, you must have your eyes shut tight to all light or understanding, but of your own self-understanding and light. And we do understand that light means understanding, wisdom, or knowledge. That understanding or belief that just as Satan believed that it's all about me and what I want, when I want it, and how I want it. Notice how you hear Hasatan or Satan saying in the text, he said, I will ascend above. He said, I will sit, I will exalt my throne, I will ascend. He's saying a lot of eyes there. He ain't put the Most High first at all. And see, that's what I had to go back and do just now. I sent a message while I was replying to a message that was sent to me about an opportunity to go volunteer, which I always love to volunteer, especially for a great cause, and especially for something that I have went through myself. I always consider that an opportunity to show the Most High I'm grateful for Him getting me out of that situation. But I didn't reply back. I said what I would do myself without saying Most High willing. So I had to go back and send a text again saying Most High willing. And it's just to keep yourself on point, because even if the Most High tell you something, it's good to say Most High willing, keeping Him first, or the Most High told me this, or the Most High did this. And that's why I always say the Most High told me or the Most High showed me, because I don't want to take any credit for anything. But yeah, I thought I'd mention that. Okay, enough about that side of the coin. Now let's talk about the other side, Plan A. Plan A is very simple, based on the idea of love, which is an action word, and the simple action of putting others ahead of oneself, as Yahushua HaMashiach's example on the tree so clearly orchestrated. Our text for today clearly lets us know that we too have the same plan for our lives. We too are called to be sent out to save our world with the same glorious light or understanding that Yahushua came and paid for with His blood. We too also must declare to our world or sphere of influence that men no longer have to settle for Plan B, the okie doke. However, just as our Savior died, we too must die before we can become saviors to our sphere of influence or individual worlds. We must die to our selfish inclinations and predisposed dispositions to truly be an effective change for our sphere of influence or world. In that prior recording, I spoke about a post I read from a friend stating that our lives are scripted. And this I know to be true, but the question is, by who? I do have a great thought I want to share today. And that thought is, sent out to your sphere of influence. Sent out to your sphere of influence. And this is coming from the script. I believe it was 2 Corinthians 4:4. But that script speaks of Yahushua, better known as Jesus the Christ, is praying to the Father, basically asking Him to cover his folks or his followers, just as he had covered him and sent him out with a purpose. And he was basically saying that he was sending us out and that he had given us the word that he was given, and that by that word we would go out and be light to the world and salt to the world. I thought this was a great script today, because the Most High is sending us out into our sphere of influence, better known as the world, our world. And the number one understanding that we must have going out into the world or our sphere of influence is that we're being influencers of the truth. And most of this influencing is seen and not heard by us simply living the life. And in my writings, I put down that we are called by the Most High to go. Called to go. And as the text says, go into all the world, or go into our complete sphere of influence. And make fellow followers, ushering in our brethren into the kingdom of Yahuwah. Pardon me. I'm so excited today. For one, I'm starting to record in my studio again. And I bought new pedals for my bike, which I'm getting ready to jump on now. And as I said in the prior recording, which I don't think I'm gonna release because I recorded on my laptop in the studio, and I still have some playing around with that before I perfect the recording. But I was saying I was riding last week on my Plan B bike after I just got my Plan A bike out of the shop. And see, that's what I was writing. Pardon me. Is that I saw a post, I believe yesterday, about one of my friends posted that we are all, or that our lives are already scripted. And the thought came to me over in the morning concerning that post. And I think it was more or less the Most High posed that post to me as a question. Basically saying, do you believe that? And I said I do, up until a point. Because it says in the script that the Most High gives us a free will. So if our lives are scripted to a point, that means we don't have free will. So my answer to the Most High, or should I say his answer to me, because he posed the question, so I know he put in my spirit the answer after I pondered it a minute. But anywho, the answer was yes, we have scripted lives with two scripts, a part A and a part B. And we have the right to choose which script we're going to live by. And in my writings, I shared that the Most High is the author and orchestrator of the plan A. And we ourselves, if we so choose, are the authors, or the co-authors, and the co-orchestrators of Plan B. And the reason I say co is because it says in the script also that the God of this world, Hasatan, Satan, has blinded the unbelievers, basically so they can't see the glorious light of the gospel or the Basura. But like I was saying, we have a choice whether we're going to choose plan A or plan B. And I made the mistake last week of choosing, or the beginning of this week, of choosing my plan B bike before I had it put in the shop. And basically what happened was the pedal on it snapped and broke off. And like I was saying in that prior recording, I thank the Most High that I didn't injure my foot. Either side would have been bad, but I think it would have been worse if I had of came down on the ground with the foot that I had the toes amputated from. Pardon me, it's cold out here, we're chilly. And I'm trying to get the ride, and I don't want us to stand still too long. So I just made my walk around and I'm feeling a bit warm. So I want to keep it moving. But yeah, the choice is basically yours. What plan are you going to choose for your life? The Most High's plan A, or your and Hasatan's plan for your life, plan B.